The best firearms of the 20th century. The most common rifle, M16. The rifle was developed by the American company Armalite. In 1959, the company Colt began its production, and in 1964, it entered service with the U.S. Army. Up to this day, the M16 remains the main weapon of the American infantry. It had its first serious baptism of fire in Vietnam and was subsequently used in all armed conflicts involving the United States. This is an automatic rifle of 5.56 mm caliber. The most famous machine gun, Maxim. It is difficult to say that the Maxim is included in the list of the best firearms of the past 100 years, because the Anglo-American inventor Hiram Maxim received the first patents for individual elements of the new weapon in the summer of 1883, and in October 1884 he minstered Tartard. But one of the most famous varieties of the Maxim appeared in 1910. Which allows it to fit into the century. In Russia, the production of the machine gun began in 1904 at the Tula plant. The most famous Russian modification of the Maxim was the 7.62 mm heavy machine gun of the 1910 model. In the same year, the designer Colonel Alexander Sokolov designed a wheeled mount for the machine gun. It was this mount that gave the weapon its classic look. The mount significantly facilitated the movement of the heavy machine gun from one position to another. The most legendary weapon of the Second World War, Shpagin submachine gun. The predecessor of the Kalashnikov assault rifle in service with the Soviet Army was the Shpagin submachine gun. Created to replace the Dedyarev submachine gun, it entered service in 1941. The Shpagin submachine gun was the most widely used automatic weapon in the Soviet Army during the first year of the war. Most popular pistol, Colt 1911. One of the most popular pistols in the world is the 1911 designed by John Browning for the 45th caliber cartridge. This weapon was in service with the U.S. Army from 1911 to 1990, and since 1926, the pistol has not undergone any modernization. Despite the developer's surname, the pistol was produced by Colt factories and went down in history as the Colt Monet 1911. The main advantage of the pistol is its design simplicity and failure resistance. The pistol was in service in more than 40 countries and is extremely popular to this day. The most famous repeating rifle, Garand. The American Garand rifle is the first self-loading rifle adopted as the main infantry weapon. It took a long time to be introduced. In 1929, designer John Garand built the first prototype, but serial production and adoption only occurred in 1936. Numerous modifications did not produce the desired effect, and the new weapon constantly failed. Only the Mon generation, modified and put into production in 1941, gained popularity. It is still used as a sporting weapon today. The most common weapon, Kalashnikov assault rifle. The Kalashnikov assault rifle is the most common small arms in the world due to its reliability and ease of maintenance. More than 100 million units were produced. There are several dozen modifications. The original version, AK-47, had a caliber of 7.62, but the AK-74 modification uses a caliber of 5.45. In addition to the USR, the assault rifle was produced by Bulgaria, Hungary, the GDR, China, Poland, North Korea, Yugoslavia, and it was used in almost all countries of the world and in almost all armed conflicts of the second half of the 20th century.